Welcome back. If this is your first time here on this channel and you experience any kind of issues with playback, please check out the link in the description to my mirrored account on BitChute.com, redpill_McKenzie. Now, in today's video, we're picking up where we left off. We're now in week 1 of September 2018 with the high-level resignations. Talking CEOs, CFOs, COOs, heads of state, police chiefs, you name it. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it's a new week until basically we catch up. But real quick, where do I get the names from? I get them from a site called resignation.info maintained by Resignation Anon. And despite the meme I just showed you, there are actually a lot of good people on this list. Not everyone on this list is a bad person, even though there's still quite a few of those. But even with that, not everyone's going to be indicted. Go ahead, check out the link to the indictments if you haven't seen it already. Or also, while you're hanging around there, you can report resignations. You got that feature. Anything that's not on the list since September 2017, or if it's just brand new, that's easy. Go ahead, put the link to that article in there, submit it. Once it's been verified, it'll be added to the list. Now get this, if it's new and it's notable, chances are you might see it on the next resignation show. Every other Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. German time, with the next show being on March 17th, and it's hosted on a channel called In Real Life News. I'll put the link to their channel in the description so that way you can sub to them and catch the next resignation show. Or if you're already hanging out over here, you can go ahead to the resignation show tab, link up with In Real Life News there, or catch up with any of the episodes you may have missed. But anyway, now that that's covered, let's get to the names. We have an attorney from the U.S. Department of Justice in the U.S., David Sherlasia, retired. We have a senior coach to USA Gymnastics in the U.S., Mary Lee Tracy. She was fired days after her appointment following an outcry by victims of former team Dr. Larry Nassar, who had been jailed for sexually abusing stars under his care. We have a judge from Parker County in Texas, Mark Riley, retired. We have a director from Weed Inc. in the U.S., Patrick E. Williams. We have the Development and Community Engagement Manager and the Operations and Finance Manager to Edmonds Chamber of Commerce in Washington. We have a member to Mujahideen Qawmi Movement in Pakistan. We have the president to the Special Olympics Vermont in the U.S., Sue Minter. Minter said she's excited to get back to working in public policy, so that's why she resigned. We have the CFO and secretary to Perfect Tech International Holdings Limited in China. We have a chairman and director to Green Energy Group Limited in China. We have the CEO to Beston Global Food Company in Australia. We have the CFO to Metagene AG in Germany, Thomas Tapkin. We have the CEO for UK and Ireland to the Swiss RE in Switzerland and Ireland, Frank O'Neill. We have the sheriff to Saline County in Illinois, Keith Brown. We have the founder and photojournalist to 7 Photo in the U.S. We have a moderator to BBC Radio 2 in the U.K., Christopher James Evans. He resigned and went off to work as a host to Virgin Radio. We have the CEO and director to CH Offshore in Singapore, James William No. We have a mayor to Sol Plaatje in South Africa, Mangaliso Matika. The Northern Cape High Court ordered him to vacate his office with immediate effect at that time. We have the CEO and president and a director to Adamant Tree Processing and Minerals Group in the U.S. The CEO was being replaced by Ethan Chuang. We have the CEO to TSB Bank in the UK, Paul Pester. We have the mayor to Chicago in Illinois, Rahm Emanuel. His term ended. He was a Democratic congressman and chief of staff to President Barack Obama before becoming mayor in 2011. We have the CEO to USA Gymnastics in the U.S., Carrie Perry, she resigned where her 9-month tenure as U.S. Gymnastics CEO was marked by heavy criticism and little tangible action in helping the organization recover from the Larry Nassar scandal. She resigned, again, under that pressure. We have the sports minister to French government in France, Laura Flessel. We have the CEO to ADT Inc. in the U.S., Tim Wall, retired. We have the chief minister to Meghalaya in India. We have the chairman to ARC Resources BHD in Malaysia. We have a director to Behavioral Health Services of Pickens County in South Carolina, retired. We have the CEO to Pakistan International Airlines in Pakistan. He resigned on order of the Supreme Court in Pakistan. We have the CFO to Citigroup Inc. in the U.S., John Gerspach, retired. We have the head of North America and the head of Europe, Middle East, and Africa, just two separate positions, to Citigroup Inc. also. We have the counselor to Sydney in Australia, Mervyn Lahr Goody, retired. We have a councilman to Howell City in Michigan, Andrew Yost. After domestic violence charges against him came to light, he resigned. We have a councilman to Joliet in Illinois, John Gurl, retired. We have an advisor to the Pakistani government, Babar Awan, resigned hours after the National Accountability Bureau, also known as the NAB, filed corruption reference. We have the CEO and president to Weyerhaeuser Company in the U.S., Doyle R. Simons, retired. We have the town manager to Holton in Maine, William D. McDonald. We have the chairman and director to BOE in Barrettronics Limited in China. We have the chief to Presque Isle Police Department in Maine, probably, Matt Irwin. We have a councilman to Villa Rica in Georgia, Berlin Best. After admitting he said that a racial slur in the context of a conversation with a black employee occurred, he resigned. We have a board member to the Indian Prairie Units District 204 in Illinois, Lori Price. We have the VP to Jammu and Kashmir Bank in Pakistan, retired. We have a director to Lansing Housing Commission in Michigan, Martell Armstrong, resigned after multiple code violations were found at a fire at an apartment complex. We have CEO at Dover Group in Norway, Patrick von Essen. We have the president and the chief development officer to Papa John's, Timothy O'Hearn, retired. We have the CEO to PFN on Wovens in the Czech Republic. We have CFO to Diversified Gateway Solutions, PhD in Malaysia. We have the president to Presentation High School in California, Mary Miller, resigned after numerous allegations that she failed to report sexual abuse at the all-girls Catholic school. We have the city manager to Inglewood in Colorado, Eric Keck. We have an attorney to Baltimore and Maryland, Mitchell Gordon. He resigned from a new legislative panel investigation that was investigating the corrupt Baltimore police gun trace task force after revelations he had represented 3 of the convicted detectives in injury claims. We have an attorney from Montague County in Missouri, Shane Hilea. He pleaded guilty to 4 misdemeanor counts. We have the editor-in-chief to Afro-Punk in the U.S. We have a member to Texas Health Presbyterian Hospital Plano in Plano, Texas, Gary A. Tiggs, resigned after his comments that female doctors do not work as hard. We have a town manager to Oakland in Florida, Dennis Foltz, retired. We have a director to Grand Junction Parks and Recreation in Colorado, Rob Schober. We have a director to Dallas Student Transportation Services in Texas, Kane Smith. We have an interim president to East Mississippi Community College in Mississippi, Rick Young. We have a pastor to First Baptist Church of Havelock in North Carolina, Don Hadley, retired. We have the mayor to Penn Argyle in Pennsylvania, Mikhail Sabatine, resigned and went off to be township manager at Williams Township. We have the president to Arts and Science Council in North Carolina, Robert Bush Jr., retired. We have ad sales chief to ESPN in the U.S., Ed Earhart, retired. We have the co-leader to the Maori Party in New Zealand, Marama Fox. We have the head to Common Standards Watchdog in the UK, Kevin Barron. He resigned as he accused Parliament of, quote, sacrificing transparency, end quote, by banning the identification of members of parliament who are under investigation. We have a councillor to Conwy in the UK, Tristan Lewis. We have the chief to Rochester Police Department in New York, Michael Simonelli. He went off to work for the DEA. We have the chief to Rolling Wood Police Department in Texas, Max Westbrook. We have the CFO to Detroit, Michigan, John Hill. We have the CFO to Allied Irish Banks in Ireland, Mark Bork. We have the CFO to Mimecast Limited in the UK, Peter Campbell. We have the CEO and president to We Do PBS in the US, Susan Howard. She died at the age of 66 after following a battle with cancer. We have the chairman to African Bank Limited in South Africa, Louis von Swenner. We have the CEO to Charter NI in the UK, D. Stitt. We have director to Bay of Plenty District Health Board in New Zealand. We have a director to Eastern Shore of Virginia Tourism Commission in the US, Carrie Allison, retired. We have the CEO and president to the Regional Economic Development Initiative in Cincinnati, Ohio, Joanna Reeder. We have the CEO to First Responder Network Authority in FirstNet in the US, Mike Poth. We have the city manager to Carbon County Visitor Council in Wyoming, Scott Hannum. We have the Minister for Broadcasting and Communications and Digital Media, all one person, to the New Zealand government, Claire Curran. We have the CEO to Omaha Housing Authority in the US, Judith Carlin. We have the CEO and chairman to Fresh Direct in the US. We have a director to Huskoke Resources Holdings Limited in China. We have the councilman to Charleroi Borough in Pennsylvania. To the Charleroi Borough in Pennsylvania. Sheesh. Randy D. Piazza. We have the councilman to the University of Virginia's Miller Center for Public Affairs in the U.S., Fred Scott Jr., resigned after a series of sexist emails from 2017 came to light. We have an advisor to the Pakistan Cricket Board in Pakistan. We have a director to the Invercargill City Council in New Zealand, Dean Johnson. We have a director to Tri-State Alliance in the U.S. We have a director to Westlands Water District in California, Sarah Wolf. We have a director to Bruce Museum in Connecticut, Peter C. Sutton, retired. We have secretary and treasurer to the Alaska Public Employees Association, American Federation of Teachers, also known as APEA for the one and AFT for the other, to the U.S., Chris Sanders Porter, resigned citing financial malfeasance and mismanagement. We have the mayor to Senatobia in Mississippi, Alan Calicott. He retired. He wanted to spend more time with his family and running his insurance company. With the chairman of the English Football League in the UK, Ian Linnigan, retired, increasing opportunities arising out of his business interests away from EFL specific matters drew him to resign. With the CEO and president to Graceworks Lutheran Services in Ohio, Willis O. Sayre, LL, retired. We have the committeeman to the Democratic Party in Wyoming, John Gardzolewski. He resigned after being accused of non-sexual harassment by fellow Democrats. We have the CEO to Imar, the Economic City in Saudi Arabia, Mohsen Al-Rashid. Missed a word or two. Fahd bin Abdul Mohsen Al-Rashid. Yeah, we have an agent to the Creative Artists Agency in the U.S., Adam Vanette. 10 months after he was accused by actor Terry Crews of grabbing his genitals at a 2016 party, he resigned from that position. We have the Chief People Officer to Tesla Inc. in the U.S., Gabrielle Toledano. We have the Chief Accounting Officer to Tesla Inc. in the U.S., Dave Morton, who resigned after working there for only 1 month. With the CEO to South African Institute of Civil Engineering, also known as SAICE in South Africa, Manglin Pillay, resigned after he made sexist comments questioning whether women are suited to high-powered careers. We have the CEO and the CFO, two different positions. Oh, and a third one, the Chief Communications Officer to Oath Inc. in the U.S. Pause if you need to read them. All of them left as a result of the decision to integrate parts of Oath's business into Verizon. We have the CFO to GSP Group BHD in Malaysia. We have the chairman to Ceylon Jinyu Group Co. Limited in China. We have the governor to Balochistan in Pakistan, Mohammed Khan Achakzai. We have the CEO to Lembaga Tabung Akratan Tintera in Malaysia. Doing my best. We have the president to United Farm Workers in the U.S., Arturo S. Rodriguez, retired. We have the chairman to Alibaba in China, Jack Ma, retired. Jack Ma is also China's richest man. We have these economists to the Economic Advisory Council in Pakistan. We have a commissioner to the Ontario Provincial Police in Canada, Vince Hawks, retired. We have a chief to Woods Cross County in Utah, Greg Butler, resigned because of, quote, disagreements in some matters that came up, end quote, city officials said that Friday. We have a priest from Long Island Diocese in New York, Brian J. Brinker, resigned as he was accused of sexual abuse of a minor. We have the CEO to Fullscreen in the U.S., George Strompoulos, resigned in wake of the AT&T acquisition. We have a judge to Polk County in Florida, Robert L. Williams Jr., retired. We have deputy chief attorney to Augusta County Commonwealth Attorney Office in Virginia, Joseph Lee III, resigned in the wake of misconduct allegations by the Virginia State Bar. We have the president and director to Sunvest Minerals Corp. In China, Gordon Zelko. We have the president and the chairwoman to Christian Booksellers Association in the U.S. And we have the CEO and chairman to Gibson Guitar Corporation in the U.S., Henry Juskiewicz. I cannot do that one. But anyway, he left when the company emerged from the Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection that they underwent. But anyway, that's it. Don't forget, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it's a new week until we catch up. And don't forget to subscribe to In Real Life News. And as always, if you like my content, go ahead. Please share, because sharing's caring. If you haven't already yet, subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell for notifications so that way YouTube has no kind of choice in what kind of content of mine that you get to see. I hope you enjoyed it. I love you all. God bless you all. This is Red Pill McKenzie.